But Bret Hart, he returned on episode 63, demanding to speak to Commissioner Stone Cold Steve Austin regarding a championship match. And despite only having a handful of matches in NLW prior, he is walking into the Rumble as the challenger, and could we be seeing him walking out as the champion? Be the one to shoot down the Hitman. Here comes the NLW World Champion. This is Seth freaking Rollins. He won that championship way back at WrestleMania, and he wants to go into WrestleMania to defend it. Can he hit it? Yes, he can. Curb stomp to Bret, and this one's over. Well, after all that Bret Hart has done, it is a great sign of sportsmanship for him to outstretch the hand and admit that Seth Rollins was a better man here tonight. But what an incredible match between two of the best in the world today. Seth Rollins defeats Bret Hart and is still your NLW World Champion. Welcome to another action-packed edition of No Limits Wrestling, the night after the Royal Rumble. As we saw at the start of the programme, Seth Rollins is still the NLW World Champion. However, the man he beat, Bret Hart, isn't in the best of shape right now after you saw what happened to him in the backstage. He arrived in the arena and immediately got hit with an RKO from Randy Orton. We'll address that in a moment, but also, here tonight, we have a tournament starting to crown a number one contender for Seth Rollins' championship at WrestleMania. The women's title is on the line. We kick off the Money in the Bank qualifiers. All this and more on an action-packed edition heading into WrestleMania here on No Limits Wrestling. But let's start off by looking over what just happened. Randy Orton assaulting Bret Hart as soon as he entered the building, delivering an RKO, taking out Bret Hart. Now, it's no secret what Randy Orton had to say. We saw it on the Instagram page for NLW. It's at NLW Instagram. Follow it for all the latest news updates on NLW. Randy Orton stated on Instagram that he believed Bret Hart did not deserve to have a shot at the World Championship. And we know Randy Orton's track history of taking out legends. He took out Stone Cold Steve Austin. He took out Sting. Now it appears he's setting his sights on Bret Hart. He is sick of the old guard taking spots that he feels he deserves. Now, Randy Orton will not be happy after what happened at the Royal Rumble last night. First of all, Bret getting the title opportunity and also getting eliminated from the Royal Rumble by the man who go on to win it, the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle from the Metal brand will now challenge the Metalweight champion at WrestleMania, and that leaves a vacancy for a number one contender here on NLW. Tonight we're going to see 8 of the best here on this brand compete in a tournament where the winner will go on and challenge Seth Rollins for the NLW World Championship at WrestleMania 4. We'll show you highlights of that tournament later tonight. But speaking of championships, last night at the Royal Rumble, it was scheduled to be a one-on-one contest for the Women's Championship. Rosemary putting the championship on the line against the number one contender, Bayley. However, as we saw at the Rumble, Bayley was attacked, left in no condition to compete. Sasha Banks was trying to help her, however the match was called off. NLW officials decided that the match would take place here tonight. Let's take you now to the end of that women's title match between Rosemary and Bayley, and bear in mind Bayley's injuries from the Royal Rumble. Bayley was left unconscious last night. Then again, so was Rosemary at the hands of Ember Moon, who debuted, but Rosemary can't think of Ember Moon. She's going for that red wedding, put it away! But a crucifix bomb, but a kick out. Bayley nearly caught her out. Is Bayley going to become women's champion here? Goes for the belly to belly, but hung up on the ropes. Oh my god, no, oh my good god! The drill claw. The same move that put Sasha Banks out of action. Now. Oh my god, Bayley's not moving. And now that Dragon Sleeper. Wrenching that neck. And Bayley may be out of it. Oh, look at this. That's Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks probably doing the right thing for a friend by throwing in the towel and calling it a day on this one. Sasha Banks knows what Rosemary can do. It was Rosemary who took the women's title from Sasha Banks, injuring her. Sasha here to protect her friend. After all, Bayley's probably not 100% after being attacked last night in the Rumble. And wait a minute. Here comes Naomi and Tamina, who have tried to convince Sasha Banks to join them, but now Sasha stopping them from further assaulting Bayley. Naomi and Tamina wanted to assault her, and Sasha's not going to let it. Oh my! Wait! Oh, for God's sake, no! What are you doing, Sasha? And Sasha Banks applying the bank statement on Bayley, and what in the hell is this about? And now Naomi and Tamina as well, taunting Bayley as Sasha Banks wrenches on the neck of Bayley, but why? Why is she doing this? Assaulting her friend. And you want to talk about assaults? Bret Hart assaulted by Randy Orton earlier tonight. And we're hearing word that can't be right, can it? Well, I'm being told that Bret Hart has challenged Randy Orton for a match later tonight. I don't know how wise that is from Bret Hart, but, well, you want to talk about big-time matches? Up next, the now former NLW Tag Team Champions are going to go one-on-one in a Money in the Bank qualifier. Matt versus Jeff Hardy up next. Very few men strike as much fear into the hearts of his opponents. None of them do it quite like this man. He is a legend of this business, and he is here to destroy his competition. The Phenom has arrived, and the dead man looking to take out his prey. He has beaten everybody that there is to beat, and he is back in NLW for one reason, and that is to destroy the competition. He is the first ever NLW World Champion, and he is back to reclaim his yard, his domain, and he hits it. The Tombstone Pile Driver. The Undertaker has been resurrected here in NLW. This is a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Jeff Hardy with a whisper in the wind on his brother. It is brother versus brother. Only 24 hours after they lost the NLW Tag Team Championships to the New Day at the Royal Rumble. And now they're going one-on-one. Matt Hardy hasn't been in his right state of mind over the past few weeks, but he's back to his broken self after being hit on the head at the Royal Rumble, and he's feeling wonderful. Going for the twist of fate, but turned into a backslide, but a kick out and a clothesline from Matt Hardy. And only one of these men will advance to Money in the Bank at WrestleMania. And the broken one wants it to be him as he goes to the top rope. Moonsault misses. And Jeff Hardy goes to the top, and the Swanton Bomb. Jeff Hardy's going to WrestleMania. Jeff Hardy pins his brother Matt, and Jeff Hardy is the first wrestler to qualify for Money in the Bank at WrestleMania 4. Jeff now has the opportunity to win the briefcase that guarantees a title opportunity anytime he wishes, and hugs his brother to show that there's no hard feelings in defeat. Matt Hardy gives his blessing to Jeff. Jeff goes to Money in the Bank. And despite losing the NLW Tag Team Championships at the Royal Rumble, the Hardy Boys are still brothers and they still respect one another. And as you saw, Jeff Hardy defeated Matt, and he is going to go on to Money in the Bank at WrestleMania, and the winner of that match gets a world title opportunity anytime they wish. And, well, ask Tetsuya Naito what that briefcase can do for you. He won the Metalweight Championship at the Royal Rumble by cashing in Money in the Bank. We'll see who else qualifies for Money in the Bank at Mania in the coming weeks, but we have just been informed about a monumental match that has been made for live here tonight. Bret Hart made the challenge, and it's official. Bret Hart is to go one-on-one with the Legend Killer, Randy Orton. That is our main event tonight. Randy Orton feels that Bret Hart did not deserve to have a title match at the Rumble, and Bret Hart has the chance to fight back against the Viper after he was RKO'd at the start of the program. And speaking of that entire situation, it was Bret Hart who lost to Seth Rollins at the Royal Rumble. The Architect is still the NLW Heavyweight Champion. But who is going to challenge Rollins for that NLW title at WrestleMania? Well, over the next 2 weeks, we're going to hold an 8-person tournament where the winner will challenge Seth Rollins for the NLW Championship at WrestleMania. The 8 men in this tournament are Minoru Suzuki, John Cena, Rusev, Shinsuke Nakamura, Edge, Daniel Bryan, Pentagon Jr. and Kenny Omega. One of those 8 is going to challenge Seth Rollins for the title. But who will it be? We're about to find out. Let's take you now to the quarterfinals and show you the highlights of this incredible tournament. It is an 8-man tournament which kicks off tonight. This is all for the NLW World Championship and Seth Rollins. Who is going to challenge Seth Rollins for the world title at WrestleMania 4, the grandest stage of them all? First match to kick off the tournament is the Japanese legend Minoru Suzuki taking on the Doctor of Thugonomics John Cena. And a vicious headbutt out of the gate from Suzuki. Minoru, relentless on Cena with a boot. Cena comes back with a bulldog. And a vicious kick from Suzuki. Cena sets him up. You can't see me. Here it comes, 5-knuckle shuffle. And Suzuki runs at Cena with the boots. Sleeper applied, but a jawbreaker out of it. Now Cena with the attitude adjustment, but hang on a minute. It's Red Dragon from Undisputed Era against Adam Cole. While the referee was distracted, Adam Cole with the last shot. And Minoru Suzuki pins John Cena thanks to Adam Cole in the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole was eliminated by Cena in the Rumble, and they get revenge here on Cena. Suzuki advances. Shinsuke Nakamura, potentially the favourite in this tournament, goes one-on-one with the Bulgarian brute, Rusev. Japanese strong style on display, and a rake to the eyes of Shinsuke. Nakamura, slammed. Rusev on the apron, and there's a knee drop. Shinsuke goes for the boot, but gets the roundhouse. Gonna run on Rusev, but a vicious Machka kick. Held for the jackhammer. Going for the accolade, but elbows his way free. On the second rope now, Shinsuke with a kick. And he sets him up. Here it comes, Kinshasa! And Shinsuke Nakamura pins Rusev. Aiden English not happy with that outcome. Rusev is defeated, and Shinsuke Nakamura will advance to the semi-finals. The former NLW World Champion Edge wants to get back to WrestleMania, but he can have to go through Daniel Bryan if he wants to get there again. Daniel Bryan, the technical marvel. Edge has him held and drops him. Daniel Bryan with a running kick. He was the runner-up in the Royal Rumble last night, and he gets his block knocked off. German suplex from Bryan. The American Dragon now with a headbutt from the top rope. Here it comes, execution DDT. Now going to set him up for the spear, but hits the ring post. Daniel Bryan leapfrogs it, and now has the yes lock. Wrenching the head and neck of Edge, and Edge has to tap out. Daniel Bryan submits Edge. Edge is out of the tournament, and Daniel Bryan advances. Well, Bryan was the runner-up in the Royal Rumble, but he has one last chance to make it to WrestleMania. The final match of these quarterfinals is Kenny Omega the Cleaner versus Mr. Cero Miedo, Pentagon Jr. And Omega having none of Pentagon's mind games. And a big super kick from Pentagon. Kenny Omega powerbombed. You can't escape. Omega with the moonsault. Omega eliminated Undertaker from the Rumble last night, but couldn't escape from that lung blower. And there's the Poison Rana. Kenny Omega looking to fly. Back in the ring now for the Penta Driver. He's trying for the V-trigger. Omega looking for the one-winged angel, but wait a minute. The lights have gone out. And what is this? Package pile driver. Well, Pentagon Jr. picks up the victory after the lights went out. And the lights have gone out for Kenny Omega and... oh no. Pentagon wants to snap that arm in two. From the cleaner. Tag team action here between the Revival and American Alpha. And Chad Gable with the rolling German. And Dash Wilder with a brainbuster. The dash is caught. And there's the suplex on the outside. In the ring now, there's Grand Amplitude. American Alpha pick up the victory over the Revival. But there's the Shatter Machine, and this match is over. But he hacks out the leg of Gable. Oh my god! Tying up Gable and trying to break that knee. The Revival ruthless in defeat. Well, we hope to get an update for you on the condition of Chad Gable after what just happened. The Revival not happy about what happened at the Royal Rumble, certainly losing the tag title match, but there was no need to do what they did to Chad Gable. We'll hopefully have an update for you soon. And I'm still in shock over what happened between The Undertaker and Kenny Omega. It was at the Royal Rumble, Kenny Omega actually eliminated The Undertaker, and actually we assumed that The Undertaker was going to target Pentagon Jr., but that was not the case. He assaulted and cost Kenny Omega a chance to go to WrestleMania and face the NLW champion. A very chaotic night, but next week set to be even more chaotic. The semi-finals and the final of the NLW title tournament will conclude. Next week, Nakamura will face Suzuki, Daniel Bryan will face Pentagon Jr. The winners of those two matches will face off in episode 68's main event, with the winner facing Seth Rollins at WrestleMania for the NLW Championship. I cannot wait for that. We still have a blockbuster main event to come for you. For right here tonight, it was earlier tonight where Randy Orton RKO'd Bret Hart. He believes that Bret Hart does not deserve to be in NLW, let alone have a title opportunity that he got at the Rumble. Orton is the legend killer. He's taken out Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's taken out Sting. He looks to take out Bret Hart, and that monumental main event, Bret Hart vs Randy Orton, takes place right now. Randy Orton has been walking around as of late with such a sense of entitlement. Stone Cold Steve Austin is gone. Sting is gone. Will Bret Hart be next on the Legend Killers hit list? And this is a very different reaction for Bret Hart here tonight compared to the Royal Rumble. Bret at the Royal Rumble openly admitted to Seth Rollins that he was the better man, and I think gained a lot of respect in the fans' eyes, but here comes Randy Orton blindsiding Bret and throwing him into the ring post, and now Randy Orton driving Bret's skull into that rampway. And now Bret Hart being pummeled before this match can even begin. Bret wanted this match to prove Randy wrong and show that he could still hang, and he does deserve to be in the mix for the world title. And almost a punt the skull in of Bret Hart, but the Hitman now beating on Orton. Randy Orton doesn't know quite what to make of this. Bret Hart fighting back for an RKO. A vicious RKO from Randy Orton. And this matchup hasn't even started. And what the hell is this now? Randy Orton has exposed the concrete below the padded mats and... oh no, not this! Oh god, a DDT! A DDT on the concrete! And Bret Hart had to retire once because of concussions, and he may have to retire again. Randy Orton set to kill another legend. Oh no, for God's sake, don't punt him, please. Think of his family, or... wait a minute, what the hell? What the hell is this? The glass is shattered! Randy Orton looks like he's seen a ghost! And there he is! The Texas Rattlesnake in a beeline for the ring of Randy Orton! And now pummels the Viper! And the stomp and metal in the Apex Predator. Stone Cold Steve Austin is back! He's back in an LW button elbow! From Randy Orton, go for the RKO! Pushed off the ropes, and there's the kick and the stunner! Stone Cold! Stone Cold is back! The Stone Cold stunner from Austin to Orton! Orton thought he killed the legend of Stone Cold, but... well, he's not telling Orton he's number one. However, Orton may be number one on Stone Cold's hit list. Austin is back. The commissioner is back. And he is looking to punish Randy Orton for what he did to Stone Cold Steve Austin. And Stone Cold remembers, and he has targeted Randy Orton.